Process and procedure. We've got some certifications that are very valued in the IT industry that aren't necessarily IT specific, like the PMP, which is one that I hold. We'll talk about that in a moment. We do have an IT cert called the ITIL, and Mark, you have that. Can you talk a little bit about that cert and who might want to do something like that?
Yeah. ITIL is what maybe we go back to process and procedure and kind of what is all of that and what's the purpose in in the MSP space, and really just if you're a technologist and the importance. Process and procedure, and we'll say, we have said it a lot, provides a foundation. When you've got process and procedure in place, everybody is using the same vocabulary. Everybody understands the way to do things in accordance with whatever organization you're with. So that's where I put the importance on these process and procedure certifications. I got ITIL a few years back, and it really focuses on addressing terminology, methods, how to accomplish tasks. A big one that comes out of ITIL is change control. Change control is huge in the IT industry. Really, it should be huge everywhere. When you make a change that impacts not just you, if it impacts more than yourself, in a business environment, you do need some sort of check and balance to make sure that, if you're wanting to make this change, is this going to impact others? And nobody's going to do something, in spite of it impacting others. But the truth of the matter is the purpose for that change control is there's another individual in that room with you that may know something you don't. And that's critical. I can't tell you how many times, and we change control procedures, very strict change control procedures, not only for our clients and on their behalf, but internally. And I can't tell you how many times we've submitted a change control request saying we need to do this seemingly innocuous thing, and some smart guy in the room is going to be like, hey, you're going to break something like real bad, and it's going to cause problems. And then you've got 6 other individuals that are in that meeting that had no idea. But without that one person, slowing down to take in, whatever problem that we've submitted to the change management committee, we would make that change blindly with best intentions, but potentially cause real problems. And I strongly advise that for everyone. But yeah, ITIL does that. It also, the other piece of it is vocabulary, and we talked about that, but understanding what certain terms mean in the context that they're being spoken, that's huge. Just being able to speak the same language. You say change control 10 years ago and nobody knows what that is. And now, you hear that term change control and you know exactly what it is, exactly what it represents, and the importance it has to an industry.
I had to look this up. ITIL stands for Information Technology Infrastructure Library.
It's in the name.
Yep.
There you go. But yeah, absolutely. And there are other, and Rebecca, I know you're going to talk about PMP, but there are other process and procedure related certifications you can go out and get. ITIL is one of the industry standards. There's Agile. Rebecca, I know you know quite a few, so I'll stop talking and let you talk about PMP. but
That's
yeah.
Great.
In real world there for what you're saying, Mark, when it comes to the ITIL and specifically the change management, in real world, that does have impact, because when you're making changes in a production environment, that means money for the client and internal, because if systems go down, companies lose money. And so change management has really helped wrangle those kind of, we'll just make this change in the middle of the day, and then suddenly, servers go offline for hours. And it really makes you slow down and make sure that you're not going to impede that. Let's be honest, money making is what most companies are built to do.
Yep.
So
losing money is what they don't want to do.
Exactly.
Right. It seems counterproductive a little bit. The other thing that ITIL and others do is key in on incident response. Like, what happens if something does go terribly? Is it everybody running around with their hair on fire, or is it measured? Is it Is it something that the team is maybe not used to seeing, but they're prepared? It's a fire drill,
Right.
you know. When you know, Log4j, I know we've all heard about that at some point in our lives in the last few months. When that out and there's an exploit, you know, there may be nothing you can do to prevent that exploit, but you surely can protect your organizations against damage, and incident response helps do that. You know, it's a documented way on how to handle things when they go terribly.
And it also helps with the follow-up after that too, to see where we can
Absolutely.
improve so that in the future we won't have these kind of issues. We'll be able to get to that spot quicker without any kind of downtime.
Yep.